That's my beef with people just in general. It's like, if it doesn't have anything to do with you, mind your fucking business, right?
Take control of your life.
I'm a nosy ass bitch, and I'm very curious.
It was so difficult when I would, like, at the start, I would actually tell people. And it was always the case that when I told people, they'd be so disappointed. I'm sorry it was so boring for you that you have to make up a different story. People had this expectation of like some juicy gossip or like some crazy, like wild thing that they can tell all their friends. It's a piece of me in a grave. One friend in the grave.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, part of me is buried. It's not my soul.
Like, as long as it's not, I guess, crucial to your functioning as a person.
I feel like it's pretty crucial. Not to minimize my struggle. My biggest fear was being seen. And in all honesty, the thing that slowly started to change that, as I said to you before, was with Lucy. Being on stage in front of thousands of people was my worst fear.
Mm-hmm. If their actions aren't impacting you directly, they're just living their lives, like, mind your business. Like that, like that's literally. So what's next for you?
I literally don't know. Like, my life, like I said, changed, like, even in the last 6 months. Like, I wanted to do mental health work and like counseling for so long, but my health always got in the way. Every time I tried to follow that path or do something, my health always flared up or stopped me. And then for so long, I couldn't pursue it because I needed more surgery or because I needed the next surgery or the next thing. And then it was like maybe 6 months, maybe like January time. I was like, I want to do it. I want to be a counsellor. And it was actually my counsellor that said, you would make a really good counsellor. You should do this. Do you want to take control of your life? Take control of your life. So.
Damn, that's a good counselor.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, amazing counsellor. The best person on the entire planet. But everyone, like, you talk about it and you say these things and everyone's like, well, yeah, that makes so much sense. It's so obvious. But like, it's not. When you're in your own head 24/7, worrying what people think, worrying if you go out and people look at you and all these things, it's very easy to get in your own head and make excuses constantly for not doing something. And I mean, like, it sounds like hard on myself, but like, it was an excuse. My health was the excuse. And I know I needed to do those things, but like, I feel like I tricked myself into thinking that I needed to get better for so long. Because of like consultants and doctors and stuff as well, obviously. But I think my future is counselling, and I hope it is. But then, even in the last 4 weeks, my life has changed. Like, you know, the whole Lucy thing and like the videos, and that has changed the course of my life. And I still think I want to do counselling, and it will be a part of my life. But then I always had in my mind and in the back that, like, I feel passionate to make people know, like, there needs to be more disability awareness and disability representation. And like, we need to stop idolizing disabled people and making them feel like they have to do well.
Yeah. So when we're talking about representation, do you feel like there's accurate representation?
No way.
No.
Absolutely not.
In the media? How would you change that?
I mean, the first thing is people need to be seen in the media. Like, but in a normal way. Like, tell me why in movies, when she's walking down the street, why isn't there disabled people in the background in a wheelchair just wheeling along, or like some amputee just walking in the background? Why are we not even seen in the background?
Right.
And then when we are represented, why are we always at the forefront and have to be the one that's like, oh no, this disabled person's dying, or this disabled person is like gonna have this issue, but then they're gonna overcome it by the end, and they're gonna be like a miracle cure. Or like, why are we either a plot point or not seen? And then when we are seen, why are we always represented by people who aren't actually disabled? So like, I love the show Superstore. I think it's a great show, funny, whatever. But when I found out that the guy who played Garrett isn't actually in a wheelchair, I was so angry. Why do we have... And like, good actor, don't get me wrong, but he's not like a famous A-list actor Like, he
Right.
didn't bring viewers in and was like,
It's
I have
not
to
like
watch it because he's in it.
it wasn't like Eddie Redmayne playing Stephen Hawking or
Exactly. Like,
whatever.
you know, it
Yeah.
wasn't like, you know, he's not like a big name that would like draw people in because like he's in it, I have to watch it.
Right.
So like, again, good actor, but he being the actor didn't bring anything to the role. Why was that not given to someone who was in a wheelchair? Like,
Yeah.
they didn't make his disability the storyline, which is great representation, and like I'm thankful for that.
Mm-hmm.
But then, and I know people don't want to hear this because they're like, you know, gay people don't have to play gay people, like straight people don't have to play straight people.
Right.
I feel like disability is different. We're
No,
not represented enough.
I agree. And like, you know, I don't like I think that I understand where people come from when they're like, oh, like a straight person's playing a gay person, whatever. Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
I get that that's their opinion. I personally don't care about that because I think sexuality is fluid.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, that doesn't necessarily define who people are. But I think when you have a physical disability, it's very different because it literally changes the way that you move through the world. Like you cannot pretend. And I feel the same way about trans representation in media too. Because like
It's not
that also
pretend.
changes how
Yeah.
they move through the world. Whereas like sexuality, it's like I mean, sure, maybe someone can present queer, but like in theory they could be straight. Like I've met very butch straight women.
Like it's
You know
difficult.
what I mean?
Sexuality isn't physical.
Right.
It's not something you can like see.
No, right. It's like a preference
Yeah.
and like that can lead to action.
Yeah.
Or not.
And also it can change.
Exactly.
Whereas like disability doesn't.
Exactly.
And it's like in the same I mean the most recent example. So like I made a video and people were like, you know, mentioning all these characters. And like while there has been good representation in like cartoon and animation, like, you know, Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon, it's not the storyline and great. But tell me why when we had the live action How to Train Your Dragon, did we not use an actual amputee actor?
Oh.
Why did we have to use a guy who pretended to be an amputee?
Right. It's like, because it's kind of crazy to think about all the work that like you have to go to like green screen away a leg when you could just like not have one.
Wild, right?
You know what I mean?
Wild.
Yeah.
But then does it come down to like they just don't want to? Is it like kind of background stuff like it's too much paperwork and all that crap? Or is it just people don't want to see disabled people? Does it make people uncomfortable? Like I'm not even talking about like we have to be like the next James Bond. I want it to just be like, you know, we would turn on an advert and it's the disabled person on an advert doing the things that someone who's able-bodied would do.
Right.
Why are all the adverts able-bodied people who are like the forefront? Like we don't have to be the hero or the inspirational person. We have to do normal things like go to work, go to the shop, do all these normal boring things that people do.
Right.
And it's so frustrating when people argue with that. We don't need representation. Why do you need to see people like you? I don't know, so that you feel more comfortable, so you feel more seen, so that people don't approach you on the street and say, hey, what's wrong with you? Because if people see more people that look like us, they won't question it when they see us walking down the street in real life.
Right.
They'll just be like, oh yeah, it's like that character from the TV show. Cool.
Right.
If people are saying that the reason they ask people like me what happened is because they don't see people like me, let them see people like me. But who knows if that will ever happen.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like it's a very like specific, I don't even know if you can call it a minority group, right?
Yeah.
Because like
A minority group who isn't actually that minority. Like the statistic is something like 1 in 4 people have a disability.
right.
Which isn't like, there's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people, yeah.
like,
But it's like how many of those people are like amputees, or
Yeah.
you know, how many of those people are in wheelchairs, or how many.
and
of those
also,
people...
like, one disabled person doesn't represent every disability.
right.
So people think like, oh, they have an autistic person in there, so that's like disability representation. No.
And like I feel like depending on like your perspective, like disability could include a lot. Like technically, ADHD is a disability, which makes me disabled.
Yeah. But also, an ADHD actor or an ADHD character doesn't represent me.
Right.
I mean, in some ways maybe, but like not like a physically disabled.
Right. Like it's so nuanced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just difficult. People got so mad when I made the video about like you wouldn't ask someone why they have green hair or brown eyes. They were like, oh, well, that's something they're born with and they can't change. It's like, well, hello, disabled people are born disabled too.
Oh,
They
yeah.
can't change that.
Yeah.
But like, oh, it's non-comparable. You can't compare that. Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Like, and also just because like one person was born disabled and one person wasn't, doesn't mean you get to ask that question anyway. Like,
Right.
people are crazy. Which is why I don't like people.
Which I think makes sense.
Mhm.
So, what is the takeaway that you want people to have from your experience?
I think for me, if it teaches anyone that, like, be accommodating but don't be like
Mm-hmm.
rude, or don't like feel entitled to no information, but also like like disabled people don't have to be your inspiration. We don't have to like inspire and do all these crazy things. Like, you know, if I get up and go to a shop one day, I don't want you to be disappointed that I've not done something like amazing. Like, and I know people mean well when they say like, "Oh, you're such an inspiration," or "You inspire me so much," or like, you know, but it's a weird thing to say to someone for doing what is normal to them.
Right.
Like, I know, and again, I know people mean well, but like if I post a video, like doing something that I don't like, is this normal?
Mm-hmm.
And someone says, "Oh, like you're such an inspiration." It doesn't actually compliment me at all. It makes me feel weird because I'm like, I'm just doing what I have to do to like
Live.
survive.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm just like existing.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you just like back up?
And like I said, they mean well. I know they do, but
Yeah.
like that's also kind of another side. It's not always just like the aggressive, like, "Why are you the way you are?" It's like it's also like you're such an inspiration for just
Yeah.
walking down the street. Like,
And like I think for me, like as your friend, like that pisses me off because it's like you don't exist for other people's like inspiration.
hmm
Like that, like I feel like that's a very like narcissistic perspective
yeah.
from like randos to be like, oh, like thanks for giving me inspiration to go to the gym because I have two legs. Like what the fuck?
It's literally like it's literally what I've said to someone before. Like,
Yeah.
when I was over with you visiting, I think I went to the gym and like there was people in there that were like high fiving me and like
Oh yeah, was that what? Yeah, I remember
handshaking me
that.
and like
Yeah,
like, "Oh, like it's so great you're here doing this," and I'm like, "What?"
like you're
Like
just being a normal person.
like
Yeah,
it, and then again, like I keep saying, I know they mean well, but it also makes you feel like I can't do normal things even when I'm trying because everyone makes them feel so non-normal.
yeah.
Like everyone makes it
That's
such
like
a
it's condescending.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's really condescending.
And it was worse when I was in a wheelchair. Doing like people would say to me like just being out, like even in the pub, like it's so great you're here. It's like in this room or like in life. Like what do you mean? Oh, like that you'll go out even if you're in a chair. And it's like, yeah, that's not a compliment. Like that because that
Yeah.
means that you expect people in wheelchairs to hide away and like not be seen and like like I don't know, like I should be in an attic somewhere, like
Like locked in a
yeah,
basement.
like
Like
just
just
like
like
don't be seen, like you're disabled. We can't see disabled people.
exactly.
Like
Like
why are you here?
so that's so crazy. Like and then as soon as you like scratch the surface of like ideas like that, people realize how like deeply fucked up their perspective is.
Yep, and it's why I started like lying about when people ask me like, well, what happened? Like, why do you only have one leg? A shark? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know, because like it was so difficult when I would like at the start I would actually tell people, and it was always the case that when I told people they'd be so disappointed. They'd like look at me with this like weird look of like, oh, that's sad. Like, I don't want to know that, or like, oh, like. Is it not something cool? Or like people would be like, "Oh, I thought it was like in a car crash or like Formula One race," and it's like, "No, I'm sorry, it was so boring for you that you have to make up a different story." So like, I think what annoyed me was that like people had this expectation of like some juicy gossip or like some crazy like wild thing that they can tell all their friends.
Mm-hmm.
And like when it was like, "Oh no, I had like a bad infection and it was cut off to save my life," they're like, "Oh," and like,
Well, I think it also like like no like I hope this isn't offensive to say like it was just very mundane.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
like
Which is crazy to say when I'm saying like I was gonna die, but it was really boring.
right.
Like,
Like but like the lore
oh no,
behind it is
definitely,
extremely mundane,
yeah.
but I think that that really bothers people
hmm
because that means it can happen to them.
Is that that's a really interesting perspective.
Because like if it's so common
hmm
or it's so like low stakes of like oh like I wasn't swimming with sharks, I wasn't
In the
in a
Formula One
F1
crash,
race.
yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't like doing something crazy. I was literally just jumping on a trampoline.
hmm
Like that I think really messes with people's minds because it also shows how fragile it
hmm
is to be human
hmm
and how
And your
like
life can change like that.
yeah. And like people don't like to deal with that. I mean, and obviously like in a day-to-day basis, it's not healthy to think about that kind of stuff. Um, but at the same time, like people can't conceptualize that, especially if they don't have people in their lives where things like that have happened.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know?
it's just difficult though, as like to to have that question asked, and like it's not a nice thing to talk about. Like
No.
even for me, after all these years, it's not a nice thing to be like, oh yeah, this happened. But like when you say that and like give that information up, even if you don't want to, because you feel like you have to, because someone's asked you, and you feel awkward being like, I don't want to
Yeah.
tell you that. Because like that's another thing. People are like, just say you don't want to tell them. It's like that feels awkward. That feels like aggressive, and people react weirdly.
Yeah.
But like when you say what happened and people act in a way they're like, oh, that's boring, it like invalidates everything you've been through. Like
You're
all
like,
of like the pain and the trauma and like the
you're like,
hard.
do you want me to put on a clown nose for
Like,
you? Like, what the fuck? Like,
so that's why I
do a
go
little
with it was
dance?
a shark attack. Like, because it's just they don't. The worst thing is like when you like I mean you know where I'm from and like
Yeah.
there's no sharks where I'm from. So like when you say it's like a shark attack from like that area, people are like the fuck, and like they know you're taking the piss, and then they just like leave.
Yeah.
And that's the best reaction
Yeah.
because you make them feel stupid for asking.
Right.
Passive aggression.
Which is a British talent.
I think it's a me talent. I don't like people. Like I keep saying, like people are gonna learn this very quickly. And I know it's ironic to be like a counselor who doesn't like people, but like they're the best counselors.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you a bit of an intense question.
How intense? I know you can be quite intense.
If you could have kept your leg, would you have kept it? Like in a jar?
I mean, like I said, I think it already is somewhere, but I've seen like really weirdly cool stuff. Like there's this person who followed me on Instagram, and like she was having an amputation. She asked to keep her leg because she was like a medical person, and she wanted to make like you know the medical skeletons where they connect the bones and the bones all move. She wanted to do that. And
With
I
her
would-
own bones?
Yeah, I'd have loved to have done that. But then I also think it was a biohazard and they didn't let me do it. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but no. It's a weird thing to think that my leg is like, either they haven't told me and it's been destroyed,
Right.
or that it's rocking around somewhere still. Yeah, there's a piece of me in a grave. One foot in the grave.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, part of me is buried. And it's not my soul. Or my mind, I don't know. It's just my leg.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just kind of goes to like we're just bodies at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
and like as long as it's not, I guess, crucial to your functioning as a person.
I feel like it's pretty crucial.
Okay, I say crucial.
I,
Like
I was like, I can't walk on my hands, but
right, but like it's not like
Heart.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like
it's not something that keeps me alive.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just makes me get around and keeps me healthy.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I get you. Not to minimize my struggle, but it's not a crucial part you've lost. You're fine.
I think you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot bitch, like, get to it.
Well, I feel like maybe I just have like weird people in my life.
Me?
But
Me. Like, thank you.
But I feel like I know people that would be like they would want to keep their body
Mhm.
part and like almost have it like as an art piece or something. You know, like have it like in their lives of like, yeah, that's my hand or that's my finger or whatever.
It's difficult. I think for me, because I struggled so much before I lost my leg, I was happy to never see that piece
Right.
of shit ever again. Like
That
it
makes
caused me so
sense.
much pain. It's caused me so much problems. Like
Um,
go, and like this is the kind of don't think I've ever spoken about online. Before I lost my leg, I actually didn't look at my leg for like 2 years. I think you knew that. Like I didn't used to look at my foot. I didn't. It upset me. It made me feel shit. And they do say that's part of like CRPS. Like you disassociate it with your body.
yeah.
So I didn't look at it, and then I remember them saying to me the night before my surgery, like take pictures so that you see it and you know that it's gone and you know what it looked like before because you don't look at it. And I did, and it took me longer to look at those pictures than it did to look at my leg
Wow.
because I hated it so much. Like it was
Yeah.
the cause of all of my bad, like everything bad.
Literally the bane of your
Yeah,
existence.
exactly.
Yeah.
So like, I wouldn't have kept it because I, in some ways, was happy it went. Which is a really dark thing to say. I think people think, but like it caused me so many problems. I was happy it had gone. But I understand why people who maybe have like an accident or like it's a quick, like a really sudden thing would be like, yeah, it'd be really cool to keep because like it's me and I want to keep me.
How do you feel like, so we've talked a lot about your leg. What about the rest of your body? Like, how do you think that, like, having this experience has changed your relation to the other parts of your body that you still have?
I feel like I'm just keep getting really dark. I think I worry a lot about the rest of me. Like I worry constantly if I walk on a wet floor and like I trip and I break my foot. How am I gonna manage? How am I gonna function? What am I gonna do?
Mm.
Like I worry if I get pain somewhere else, does that mean, oh my god, I'm not able to move around anymore and do these things? Like it's hard because like when you're ill, it feels like you're never allowed to be ill. So like, because I'm constantly ill and have this issue, say like, I broke my foot or got like a sickness bug or all these things, you're not allowed to like struggle and have those things because you're always ill anyway. And like I definitely noticed
Mm.
that from like a work point of view. Like when I had like other health issues, I felt like I couldn't be sick because I always have this issue.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
like it definitely makes you more hyper aware of everything else of your body. If you have this new pain or this new thing, you're like, oh, how is this going to affect this? Um, but I think it also makes you, I mean, again, not to get dark, it makes you very uncomfortable with your own body. Like this has made me hate the rest of me.
Hmm.
And I think that's why I like to get tattoos, because I want to make the rest of me something I like to look at. So yeah, it definitely changes things. I don't like my body, in all honesty, without getting dark. I don't. And it's obviously mainly because of this, but I feel like this affects everything. Like it affects the way I walk, it affects how I have to walk, it affects, I get pain and problems in my right leg because it's always weight bearing and dependence. Like that gives me other issues. I have pain in my knee and my hip. Like everyone doesn't realize that like you might lose a leg, but it affects everywhere else. Like my wrists hurt if I use my crutches. Like when I was in a wheelchair, my back hurt all the time. My hands were sore, like you said before. It's difficult. When your body is basically your enemy, it's hard to be okay.
Hmm.
And like people think, oh, you just push through the pain, but pain is like one part of it. When things don't work, it's hard to be okay with your body.
Yeah. That makes sense. Do you think that there's like a way to work through that in the future?
Counseling's
Or
helped a lot. Therapy and counseling has helped a lot. I think it has helped a lot, but I think I said to you before, I avoided going out and being seen because I'm so anxious all the time of what people are thinking, or if they're going to approach me and ask questions I'm uncomfortable about. And like, people don't understand going out into the world and always worrying if people are looking at you or if they're going to approach you and ask something is so mentally draining that when people do, you're just like, I don't have capacity for this.
Mhm.
So my biggest fear was being seen. And in all honesty, the thing that has slowly started to change that, as I said to you before, was with Lucy. Being on stage in front of thousands of people with a spotlight on me was my worst fear.
Mm-hmm.
And like I know you couldn't see my leg in that, and that was planned. I like to hide the fact I have one leg. But my worst fear came to life and nothing bad happened at all. And then millions of other people saw that online and nothing bad happened. And having that happen has slowly started to change how I feel about me. Not necessarily my body, but like just me as a person. Like people don't hate me, people don't have a negative reaction to me, people aren't horrified by me, or people, all these things. But I think the biggest thing for me was, for the first time in my life since this happened, I was seen rather than the person who just has one leg.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think, honestly, that is the thing that has started to change my relationship with me and my body, and especially my leg. And like, I can't thank Carissa enough for what she did to me, and like, it has changed my whole life in a matter of weeks.
Wow.
So thank you.
Wow, that's impactful.
It was just like, yeah, like, my fear wasn't unjustified. I think that's what I struggle with a lot. Like, for a long time, I can't sort of be like, like, you can't change what people think, and like, if you're thinking these things, you don't know what people are thinking. But like, the things I feared happened. Like, people did approach me, people were rude, people did say things. I was bullied as a kid for like this. Like, those things all were real and really happened. So like, my fears weren't like just made up, they were real. It really happened. Every time I park in a disabled parking space, I have people stare at me or come up to me and say like, you can't park here or you shouldn't be here. It's not like I'm just worrying for nothing. But then that happening was so massive that, like, I think I realized that even though it does happen in such a minority, even though like it happens regularly, the majority of people are good people, and the majority of people are respectful and nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the bad ones that stick out in your mind.
The bad ones are really bad.
Yeah. And we talked about this a little bit earlier, like kind of a little bit of the differences between, when you'd come and visit me in the States and like how people would react, and then, people in the UK and how they would ask questions. And I think like the cultural differences, I think, are interesting because in America, it was all about the military.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Whereas in the UK, that was not the initial
No.
assumption. Yeah.
I think maybe once in the UK it's ever happened to me. And it was like, oh, was it paratroopers and like thing? And I was like, what? And I think it was because like where I lived was very prevalent. But yeah, the States was crazy. It was almost everyone that had said something was about the military.
Yeah, which I think says something about us. But
I just think like it's also such a wild thing. Like,
well, because it's more common. I think there are more amputees in the States because of our military and veterans.
But as a person who isn't American, it was wild, obviously, because like I felt uncomfortable saying no because like I was British and I felt like the enemy. But like, don't open your mouth.
I was gonna say we're going way back.
Yeah, like don't say anything. Like, but then I also saw it from like an American amputee's perspective, and like imagine someone who's gone through like something traumatic or was just born an amputee, having everyone always approach them and be like, oh, like thank you for your service. Like, how do they deal with that? Do you say like, oh yeah, sure, to like keep the peace and like seem polite? Or do you be like, actually I wasn't, and then they feel awkward? Like, how does someone who is an American amputee deal with that? Because if it happened to me, almost every time someone approached me, and it was very common, how does someone who actually isn't, but American deal with that? And then also the people who are, how do they deal with that? Constantly being reminded that they lost their limbs serving their country, which they may or may not like at that point for whatever reason.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And like, because I know a handful of veterans, some of which are like not around our age or like not that much older, and like none of them are amputees, but they do not have great things to say. And people are like, oh, thank you for their service, they're like, I wish I hadn't done it. Because I mean, this is a whole different topic conversation, but a lot of people in the States like join the military because they don't have other opportunities. Or a friend of mine's partner joined it to become an American citizen.
Wow.
So it's like, people that are in more vulnerable positions end up serving their country and either leave with literal scars or mental, like you can never undo that. So it's complicated, right?
Yeah. And again, I know people mean well and it's good intentions.
Yeah.
But like, it's such a wild thing to just approach someone and say. When you then have to feel like you have to be inspirational or you have to like act a certain way.
It's like putting pressure on you. Yeah.
But people don't like to hear that. Because it's like, why are you making me feel bad for trying to be nice?
It's like, well, maybe be nice by not saying anything. Or just being like a normal person.
I just think it's wild to comment on people's bodies. Period.
Oh, for sure.
Like, and I don't know why people have such a comfort in commenting on disabled people's bodies. Like, I don't get it. We're taught to not comment on other people's bodies. If it's not something that someone can change within like 15 seconds, don't mention it.
Yeah.
But why, when it's someone in a wheelchair or with one leg or an eye missing or like some kind of facial scar or anything disabled, why are we okay going, what happened? Or like, oh, that's wild, like you're so inspirational. Like, I don't get it. I just don't. And it's not because I'm disabled, because I know that even as a kid or like when I was younger, I wouldn't have been that person.
Right. I mean, same. Yeah. I mean, I think it's like some people, they just feel like entitled to know everything. And I think there's a lot of people that are just nosy.
Mm-hmm.
They're nosy and they don't care that much about other people. So it's like this weird combo
Okay,
of like feeling like they're entitled to that
but what do they get
information.
from it? Like, what do they get by knowing that? Because they're going to move on with their life.
No, it's literally just them being like nosy bitches. Like honestly, like I think that's it. Like because I'm a nosy bitch too, but I don't like poke people
Mhm.
for like no reason.
But it's like I said earlier, like, you met me and didn't acknowledge it. And there's been other people in my life that have done that too. And like, that's how I know those people are important to me.
Mm.
But like, and then other people go, well, then at what point did they bring it up? And I've literally had people comment on like videos and stuff I posted that have been like, I've been friends with an amputee for 30 years and I've never asked her what happened because it's not important to me. And
Yeah.
if she wanted me to know, she'd have told me.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, because I am a person.
Right.
Like, I am more than this. I know everyone might see this first and whatever, but I wish they did.
Yeah.
And like, for me, that's the biggest. I think that's why I'll always struggle with my body. Look back down, because like I'm very bad at going on tangents. But it's why I'll always struggle with my body, because everyone else seems to. Everyone else has such an issue with my body that how am I not going to have an issue with my body? Like if like I said before, if I enter the room, the first thing anyone notices about me, especially if I'm wearing shorts, is my leg. And I know that people have said to me, well, why'd you wear shorts? And that really pisses me off, because I am not comfortable when I'm sat wearing my leg. Like now, I'm not comfortable. We took a break, obviously. Like,
Yeah.
it's so uncomfortable to sit in this all the time. So I like to take it off when I'm sitting down because it's not comfortable. So I can only do that with shorts on. How am I going to take the leg off when I'm wearing like trousers, pants? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, totally. Have you ever seen those? This is a complete sidebar. Have you ever seen those pants that are like cargo pants that you can zip different like lengths off? Do you have any?
I used to have so many trousers. That was it.
Yeah.
Now, honest to God, most time I just wear shorts. It's so much easier.
Mm.
Like, because then sometimes I'm lazy and I don't like put the line on to put my leg on. It's just like, if I take off socks, I just put my leg in. Like,
Yeah.
but it's the little mundane things that people don't know about being an amputee, which might be because we don't speak enough about it, but it's also because people don't want to know. People don't want to know the mundane, everyday things, like how do I put my leg on, how do I shower, all these things, because people want us to be inspirational. People don't want to know the boring stuff because they want us to run in Paralympics and win gold medals so they can go, oh, amazing, I'm going to go to the gym. Go to the gym.
Yeah.
Run in the park. Like,
But also, like, it's important for like other people that are amputees to see how other people function, especially if it's like I'm sure like when you were preparing for the amputation, you probably had to do research. You probably had to like
it was really hard to find it.
yeah, you probably had to like figure out like how like this is changing how I'm moving through the world. Like, how do other people do it? And if that's not available,
So this is what I struggled. So it was really hard to find anyone that was, first of all, an amputee my age. Secondly, similar sort of amputee. And thirdly, like, that weren't just, I'm an amputee, but I go to the gym all the time and I'm so strong and I do all these amazing things. Like, people don't want to talk about that uncomfortable stuff. So I promised that when I had my surgery, I would post and be real. I would say how hard it was, how much I struggled. And I promised that I would keep posting until I could be mobile. Whatever that meant. At the time, they told me I'd never use a prosthetic. I knew that I would. Like, I knew the moment I stood up for the first time.
because you're stubborn as hell. That's why.
Exactly. Like, I knew from the moment I stood up the first time, I am going to use a prosthetic. And it's because I'm stubborn. I fucking hated all of my medical people. I hated all
So motivated by spite.
Yes. Like, I was always told, you can't do this, you're not good enough, you're not enough, like, you're faking it, you're not in pain. I was so tired of always being told what I was and what I could do that I was like, fuck you, I'm going to do it. And I know people are wrong, and I can't wait to be wrong, come back here and be like, what now? It was like, I was always told this either you're faking or like you're gonna die. Like it was just no in between. So like when they said to me, like,
Love that.
we're doing this to save you, like to give you a better quality of life, not much trouble, whatever. But you won't be able to stay. I was like, okay, but I will. It wasn't that long ago I actually went to my old limb center. And I was literally on the way to see my sister, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to stop. Like, why not? Like, it's a weekday. I stopped there. I think it was actually in the toilet, but like, anyway. And I saw my old physio, and I was like, you know, is she available? I see her. And when she saw me stood there and saw this, she just ran down the hall and cried. And like,
Oh my god, that actually makes me kind of emotional.
like it was
Yeah.
one of the only medical people that supported me, and like, it's hard to not have like the people who are like you be seen to know what to expect.
Mhm.
And it's hard to have the people that are supposed to support you and make you feel better not do that.
Mhm.
So I promised that no matter what happened, even though I knew I was going to use it today, like I said, I was going to keep posting until I was doing that. And I did. And even if it helped just one person feel like a bit better about it, I'm happy.
Wow. Yeah, I can't imagine like what that would be like for her, like as a professional. Because my sister is a physical therapist, so I don't know if she specifically only works with amputees or anything like that. But when you're in that medical field, like so much of your focus is to get people better so that they don't need you anymore, right? Like that's the goal, ideally. And yeah, seeing you like walking must have been like the most like I wouldn't be surprised if that's like one of the highlights of her career.
She loved. She was like, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would not be here if it wasn't for you.
Yeah. And I know it's like so corny and like whatever to say, but like it only really takes like one person to like believe in you to actually have that motivation to do it.
Yeah. And like for me, again, it was the physio that was like, you know, this isn't right. This boy needs like an x-ray. I'm like, there's something really wrong. Even though all those people kept saying nothing was wrong, nothing was wrong, nothing was wrong. And it was multiple doctors. It just occurred to me like, this isn't right. To have that scan to then like be diagnosed and like in hospital. Like,
wow.
But the worst part is, especially for children's care. I mean, it might be different now. I don't think it is. It's horrendous. Like if it's so dark. I think that's a whole topic I won't go into it because like I might get in trouble. But like there's a lot of bad people in the medical profession, especially for children.
Wow.
And like as much as I loved seeing that physio and like seeing how happy she was, there's so many more people that I want to see and be like, fuck you. Like it's only happened because of you. And like it's because of you. I will never get that and have to live.
Fair enough. And in some ways, like being successful to whatever degree that you're able to is kind of the best revenge.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
As someone who is also motivated by spite.
Yeah. Get fan in the flames.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god. Oh my god. These are like use of cicadas about like sympathize. But I want to feel what you feel.
What is it when like there's like a pregnant woman and like their husband has like
like phantom pregnancy? See, you just want to be like me, phantom pain, phantom sensation, phantom pregnancy. Like, oh, I'm gonna headbutt the wall. This is supposed to be a headboard. It's not a good design.
No, it's horrible.
I mean,
it's like it's bumpy.
Please sponsor this episode.
Anyways, so I had before we stopped recording, I had asked technical difficulties.
Yeah.
I had asked if you had any favorite memories of us as friends.
Too many. Genuinely too many. Like you are one of my best friends. But like I said, my favorite memories, I can't pick between two. But like as soon as you ask me that, two came in my head. And it's just like I said, mundane, not anything like crazy. Like one of them was me, you, and your dad sat in the living room, and you were playing guitar and singing. Your dad was playing guitar as well, and I love that memory. And I think I filmed it as well. So like I have that like bit forever, and like it's I just love it. I was so happy. Like, everything was just amazing. And then the other one was also you singing, but we went on a trip to the farm, and we were all around the campfire, and you and your dad were singing again, and it was like you were just singing like Katie Tunstall song, and I was just like, it's like one of my favorite memories. And I just don't know what it is. I think it's just in that moment I was normal, and there was peace, and it was just happy, and like, yeah. I have way too many favorite memories of us. Like, some of them are wild, and like we can't share it on the internet. Like, but like, yeah, but like they're my like favorite times.
Oh, that's so sweet. Actually, I was expecting it to be a little more unhinged.
I do have those moments too, but like I said, we can't share them online. Like, you know.
Fair. No, thanks for not blowing up my spot like that. But that's really sweet. The power of music, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But like, I have a question for you.
Oh, okay. Flipping it.
Yeah, like, genuinely, when you first saw me,
Mm-hmm.
and like I hadn't obviously thought to tell you about being in a wheelchair and stuff.
Yeah.
What did you genuinely think or feel? I don't think I've ever asked you this.
No, I don't think you have. And I'm trying to remember. I remember being surprised. And I remember thinking, like, okay, I need to be cool. Like, I was, yeah. Like, that could have been gone a couple different ways. No, I think I remember thinking, like, okay, I need to be chill about this.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being very curious, but I think, I don't know, maybe it's just like my personality or how I was raised or whatever. Like, I try not to like be in people's faces like that. Like, I like to see.
That's the way we deal with it.
Yeah. Ideally.
That's how we should all be.
I remember being like, okay, I do kind of remember. I remember being like, okay, I need to be really chill, and I need to just like it doesn't matter. And it didn't. But like, I remember having like that initial reaction of being like, oh, this is unexpected.
Yeah.
And like, this is someone who I'm going to be spending time with for the next like month.
Yeah.
And like, I need to like be cool and like just see how things go. Cause I didn't even know if we were going to be like friends. Right. So like, I didn't want to like compromise.
Well, we literally only spoke on like 3 days before. Like, so like last minute.
Yeah. So like, I didn't want to like compromise any sort of like, I don't know, potential friendship or whatever. So I was like, okay, I just need to be cool, like see what happens. And I also like, when I'm meeting new people, I like to kind of like draw them out slowly. Like I like seeing people reveal themselves with time. So I didn't want to like rush, like, oh, because I'm a nosy ass bitch, and I'm very curious, which is why I like ask quite a lot of questions.
This is why we're doing this.
This is just how I talk.
Yeah,
like, how to interview them.
You just go everywhere. I'm like always interview people like, yeah. So like, what's your favorite color? Like, come on.
But, no, like I like to see how people reveal themselves with time, and I knew that like obviously like something as like sensitive as like a physical disability is like you're not gonna want to just like off the bat explain yourself. And like I think when I saw you, I was also curious. I was like, oh, what is this trip going to be like for me being with a host that has a physical disability? Because I was like, that was never something that I had taken into account. So I was like, I'm like, how is this going to change my experience? And the answer was, it didn't.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just like,
and if anything, like it like completely opened my worldview to, you know, because again, as I said earlier, like I had never met someone, especially someone my age, that was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
So it just like really, opened up my perspective. And I just remember being surprised and being like, okay, I need to be really cool. Like I need to be really chill and just like see what happens.
But like, I also will say like, the way that you acted with that, on top of everything, like you came to a different country with a different family you didn't even know. You knew you were going to be there for a while. You met all of their family and like people like it was also a thing. And even then, you were still so chill about it.
Yeah,
makes me more angry at people who are like it's like, you know. And I think I vaguely remember now talking about it. Like when we did discuss it, we were drinking, but like it wasn't. You still never asked me. I think it was my friend, not naming names, but like she had said, oh, like, did you know about him before you came here? and you're like, oh no, and then like it got brought up in like a group discussion kind of thing,
Right. Yeah.
and then I like just said it, and like I think that's the focus question. Like people always say, like, well, how will you ask or how will you know? And I think it's like it's not up to you to decide when that happens. It's up to the disabled person. Like,
right. Exactly. Because like again, like I'm not in your body, so
Yeah.
like, that's your. You know what I mean? Like it has nothing to do with me. And that's the thing. I think that's my beef with people just in general. It's like, if it doesn't have anything to do with you, mind your fucking business, right? Because it's like,
clip it. That's it. Like,
Like,
that's
like,
it.
that's it.
That's the
Like-
headline. We don't even do any of this. Like that's it.
for real, like for anything that has to do with another person, like if their actions aren't impacting you directly, they're just living their lives, like your business. Mind your business. Like that, like that's literally it. But I don't know, like I've been very lucky and fortunate in a lot of parts of my life, and I think parts of those is being friends with people that have very, very different life experiences than me, like either like race, gender, disability, like sexuality, like all of those things have like opened my worldview.
Yeah.
And have made me a better person. Like I do not think I would be the person I am today without being your friend, or without like other people in my life, like. And I think the people that were kind of like shit talking, they're not around other people that are different than them, and that's why they're so ignorant.
It's very
At the end of the day, yeah.
Yeah. And that's why when they're like, oh, but I've seen someone different, so I have to know. It's like, yeah, because your world is so closed, that's why you've seen someone different. We exist everywhere.
Yeah.
So if you just look hard enough, you'll see us.
Yeah.
But I think something you just said that stuck with me was, and you've never said that to me before, but like when you said, I wondered how if my trip would be different, or how that would be being with someone who was disabled. I guess I never thought about that either. And then I do remember saying to the person who organized trips to school, I don't think it's fair if they come to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
I think we're okay, hopefully.
Okay.
I'll try.
I don't think it's fair that they come to me because, like, what if they can't have the experiences that everyone else does? And I remember them saying, they will. And that was it.
And I did. And I had the best time out of all of
you
the
did.
other hosts.
Like, the other
Everyone else hated each other.
Yeah.
All of the hosts and all of the students, like the exchange students, like no one was a good match except for us.
We literally had another person spend the majority of their stay with us because they didn't get on with their family so well.
Yeah, no, it was like so lucky.
And now we're here.
And now we're here.
13 years later.
So
Still stuck with me.
Yeah.
But now, like you.
Yeah. So it's just like, it's crazy how things work.
Definitely. And like I said, things happen for a reason. And if things didn't go the way they did, we would never have met. We wouldn't be here. And I don't regret it. As difficult as things have been, I don't regret any of it. So thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for being here and doing all of this and everything.
Thanks for inviting me on your family's Euro trip.
You are family, so of course you're here. Like, it's fun.
Yeah.
You just need to move. All right.
Oh.
You need to be like a permanent interviewer / manager / everything else.